So.
Well, I just wanted to find out what a coach that I really liked. That I don't want to just go with some random guy and then just like not ever try any other coach and then just keep going with him, even though I never tried anybody else. And I feel like you already dropped so much more knowledge on me than anybody else that I definitely stick with you.
All right, thank you. Right. The issue with Tinker is that you really, really need awesome map awareness and really good farming efficiency to play Tinker to the potential, to the hero's potential,
To the full
and
extent.
to the full extent. Yeah, and it's really tough to do that in the lower skilled brackets. In the lower skilled, I mean lower than 3K. 3K is average. Okay, so below 3K, you definitely don't. You definitely want to play simple heroes, heroes that you want to not learn too much, but you want to spend that time learning the game mechanics, learning Dota rather than learning heroes,
Hmm.
because you can spend 2,000 games and still have a lot of things to learn on Invoker if you're sub 3K. So
Oh yeah,
um,
for sure. I'm
no.
shit at all these heroes, even though I play them a lot.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like you should avoid playing these heroes. Play straightforward heroes. Don't play these funky out of the box heroes, and try to learn the game. Try to improve your farming. Try to improve your farming efficiency. Try to improve your split pushing, your laning mechanics, your creep aggro things, your team fighting abilities, your positioning. When to farm, when not to farm, when to fight. All of these meta game things you need to learn. And if you just keep playing these high skill heroes, then you're spending 90% of your brain power trying to play that hero, trying to learn that hero, try to play that hero, and then you don't have any time or space left to play to learn those other things that are really really key in getting you knowledge of the game and improving your skill overall. Anyway, so I hope I'm not boring you already.
No, no, I'm here.
All
I'm
right.
listening.
Okay. So
I'm liking.
which game do you want to go over?
Um.
The only thing that I ask is that it should not be a stomp, and it should be a hero that you play often because in
Okay,
the
so get that
analysis,
Tinker quarterfinal game that we almost lost.
also don't no battle cup or a tournament or any sort of team games, because these games, the tournament games, are very very different from your pub games.
It was pretty much a pub because everybody on my team was random people that I picked up that I didn't even know, and actually I kind of argued with them because they were
Okay.
random people.
Okay. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to completely ignore the fact that this is a tournament game, and all I'm going to tell you is pub, pub, pub.
Okay.
Okay. And my style is, what I like to do is I want to find out or narrow out, um, at the very least, one major mistake you are making, and two or three, at the most, two or three minor mistakes that you're making. And when we find the major mistake and minor mistakes, that's when I kind of want to stop the replay and not go any further, because if I give you too many points to focus on, guaranteed you're actually not gonna learn anything at all.
Hmm.
So we're gonna stop at one major and two or three minor points, and that's
Okay.
what I will want you to focus on for until whenever you want to get the next session or whatever. So
Cool.
let's start off with thinking about what's going to be your enemy mid lane. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be a DK mid,
Yeah.
and DK against Tinker, it should be a very very easy lane for you. You are going to get a lot of harass on the guy. You probably are not going to be able to kill him, depending on your skill build. You're probably not going to be able to kill him, but you should be able to out level him by lasering him before he takes a range creep and denying the range creep every single time. And that's pretty much how Tinker out levels his opponents in mid every single time.
So make sure you don't let them get the range creep because it's so much more experience.
Absolutely. And I really want to see your starting item build, but you're looking at the void at the moment. All right, so you You
I'm
chose
begging
to,
for tangos
yeah,
and
you're begging for
my
tango.
new best team.
Uh, the only thing I would say here is you should have had one
Fairy Fire.
fairy fire instead of two tangos, because you're gonna use one tango for
For
planting and
the
eating the,
yeah, for
yeah,
the tree.
but you do need that burst health in case you get ganked and whatnot. And I can't tell you how many times I have survived mid ganks just because of that fairy fire. It's just
Yeah.
huge. It's too important. I am
The
pretty
boy
sure.
didn't listen. He didn't listen. Didn't join us for the smoke.
Uh,
Anyways, the team,
yeah,
their
you
team was smoking too.
you
That's why.
really need a region, or somebody had better give you the region.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this lane is going to be really tough because DK is going to be spamming his breathe fire, and if you don't have regen, you're actually gonna not do so well in the
And
lane.
he took my bounty. You see that? This is a
Yeah,
pub.
it's worse than a pub actually. Looks like.
It is. And nobody gave me tango, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, this is not ideal. To be very honest with you, in a pub game, you really wanna ask people for tangos, and if they don't give you, then you wanna just start off with a
Buy your own.
pair of tangos. Yeah, don't worry about fairy fires.
Oh
And
wait, she might give me right now. Or no, I don't know.
right, do you know about creep aggro?
Yes, but I have a
Okay,
hard time getting the creep aggro without, like, I have a hard time harassing without creep aggroing.
all right. That is something that takes a lot of practice. To be very honest, you shouldn't be looking over top lane if your creep is so low. Like, okay, a small mistake you made. Not really a small mistake, just a mistake. Like this creep was about to die, and he started looking top for some reason. There is absolutely no reason for you to look at any other lane until you get your crucial items. And in as a tinker, you're not going to TP in anytime soon,
Yeah,
anytime
that's true.
soon at all. So there is absolutely no reason for you to look at any other lane. You just need to farm, 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 farm. That's all you need to do. So I'm gonna wait and see what skill build you go, because that's gonna be a major. That
I
might be a
go,
major mistake.
I go, 2-2, 2. I go 3-2, 3-2. Yeah, I go 3-2, and then I get my ult, and then I just max March.
3, 2, and okay. So that is, I would say that's a small mistake, and the reason for that is in
Maybe
in most.
I'm not sure. Maybe I just go 2-2 March and then max March after my ult.
You
Oh
really
no,
want to.
actually I fucked up this game. I remember I fucked up and I went 2-2-2 and didn't get my ult. And I even had a regen that I could have exploited that I really fucked up with, but I kill him.
You want to max March out always, pretty much always. Straight up March first max.
You know, I
Uh,
used to do that a lot, and then like I started watching all these pros play, and they always like get the
No,
fucking
no,
nooks,
no, wrong, big mistake.
right? With the
Do not
pros.
watch, do not learn from pro, do not try to copy pros. Learn from them, watch them, that's fine, can't stop you from that, but don't try to copy them. You don't know, I don't know why they do sometimes the things that they do. They have reasons for it. They have particular matchups why they do things that they do. You cannot copy them. You need to have. This is why Tinker is. I advise against Tinker is because there's two ways to build Tinker. You can go for the ganking nuke potential Tinker, or you can go for the farming, get your boots of travels up as soon as possible Tinker. And 90% of the times, maxing out marches and machines is the right way to go, because
I used to do that all the time, man.
yeah, because if you max out these two, if you don't put too many points
You
in
don't have
March,
farm. You don't get
you
farm.
don't. It's not that you don't have farm. It's that if you die, if you get ganked and you die, you don't have any catch up potential at all.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
you don't
Tinker's a
have March,
flash farmer.
absolutely, you can go and stay. I'll show you a few tips on Tinker. I haven't uploaded the video yet, but there's a few tips and tricks on Tinker that you need to use. And the thing is, like, the only time that you max out that you max out laser and heat seeking missile is if you see that the enemy team are all very very stagnant people. So let's say you have um, a alchemist in mid and you have a terrorblade or some. Hold on, man. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. You see that you have an alchemist mid, you have a terrorblade in bot lane with the ancient apparition, and there is like no way anybody's gonna come and gank you. That's when you want to start putting. That's when you want to max out these two. Like have literally like 4-4-0-0 build at level 8, just 4-4. And what you want to keep doing is just keep killing your mid laner or keep into side lane if somebody's low and just kill them and just go around killing people, right? You get a rune, you get an invis rune, you get a haste rune, you go and kill people. But that's like really low. That's like
Rarely
5%.
happens.
Yeah, that's 5% of the games. Normally, what you want to do, there's a very very straightforward script to follow as a tinker, and that is pretty much at every the 30-second creep
You
wave.
go to stack.
Yeah, the 30-second creep wave, you throw out a March of the Machines, you basically nuke it down really quickly, and then you go stack the camp. If it's the even minute mark, then you go take the rune, you come back, you farm the one creep wave, the next creep wave, you again nuke it out, you go and stack it. Once you get your bottle plus, what am I looking for?
Soulring?
Once you get your bottle plus soulring, you nuke out the camps, the camps that you stack, and ideally you want to have
I
another.
never usually go for soulring. I just rush boots.
The rushing boots. In an ideal world, if you were playing against bots, you would rush boots, and that is the best way to go. Yes, that's true. But if you get killed, it always comes down to one thing. If you get killed,
You're fucked.
you will fall too far behind. You have
Oh
no
man, so
plan.
many times where I'm like 19999 and I die and it's like
Yeah.
rage mode, fucking
Yeah.
tilt hard
Yeah.
triggered.
Well, that's a separate story. But the thing is that it comes back to the point that you don't have flash farming potential, and if you are stacking camps, then you can actually farm them so quickly. If you rush travels, then ideal game. Let's say nobody kills you, you don't kill anybody, you get travels at around 8 minutes. But
Yeah.
yeah, 7 to 8 minutes. But that's not really gonna happen. Like you're gonna die at least once as a tinker. You have no mobility, you have no escape, so you're probably gonna die. But if you are stacking camps and you go for this soulring plus bottle build, bottle into travels, it's gonna be around 12 to 14 minutes. But that means that you've actually got even if you die, you can still guarantee that you get them at 12 to 14 minutes. On the other hand, if you rush travels and you die 2 or 3 times, you will not get travels until 18 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so this is the only issue. And on top of that, if you are throwing down March of the Machines, then what you're also doing is you're constantly if you throw the March of the Machines down, most people can't, even ranged people can't actually come into the range of the creeps to farm them. That means they miss a couple of CS. On top of that, you're pushing out the lane constantly. That means the people have to farm underneath the tower. On top of that, you're pushing out the lane every time there's near the rune spawn time.
So they
really, yeah, they can't. They have to leave an entire creep wave just to take a rune. So they're never gonna.
And you'll know where they're going.
And you'll know where they are. So it's just too good, and that's why you'll see on a lot of heroes in the mid lane. This is not just Tinker. This is
I've seen Shadow Fiend do that a lot.
Yeah. It's Shadow Fiend. It's Puck. It's Queen of Pain. It's any mid hero who has nuke, like Lina. Any mid hero who has nuke potential does this. Does this every single time, because you can actually go do that. You push out the lane, all the good things that I told you, and then you go and stack. And hold on, man. Sorry, man. All right, so yeah, and then you stack, and then you flash farm that stack. So it really accelerates your farm, and you get farm really quickly. And it's another thing that you can do on Storm as well, especially if you have a hard lane as Storm. Then all you want to do is you want to take XP from the mid lane, one or two creeps if you can. Use creep aggro tricks. Get 2 or 3 CS every single creep wave. But what your main focus is your comeback gold, not your comeback gold. You're gonna flash farm with the jungle creeps that you've stacked and stuff. So, yeah.
I had to ping out where he had to shoot the arrow.
Dyer's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Very deep committal for a kill. Let me just give you a little bit of a perspective. What you
That
have
was
to
like 2
sacrifice.
creep waves. That was like 2 creep waves.
Yeah, that's one creep because you were focused on that guy. You didn't take that one creep, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was 6. 6 creeps right there, and there's gonna be another full creep wave after that. Let's see when you get back. How much do you actually get? So that was 6, 7, 8, and 7 and 8. So 8 creeps times 4. It's a times 40 is 8 4s are 32. Sorry, 8 4s are 32. Yeah, 8 4s are 32. Holy shit! What? Yeah, 8 4s are 32. Okay, so 320 gold. And let me just check.
Not as much as I got from him.
Quick.
Which is like 200 something.
You got
230.
220. Yeah, 230 gold, and
it's 100
the
gold.
same,
Down.
and even less than that experience. Because if you look at DK, he's pretty far. He's worse than supports right now. So you got very little gold and XP. Then this was almost more than a whole level in the lane that you missed out on to get that kill. So it was definitely not worth it. So once again,
my boy probably would have died for that.
Sorry?
That Spur Breaker probably would have died for that.
It could have. So that kill was definitely not worth it. And as I said, you really need your farm. You don't really care if a kill is being served to you on a silver platter. Yeah, sure, take it. Of course, not gonna say no to that. But you don't want to go out of your way to take a kill, to get a kill. You really just want to focus on getting as much farm as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Let's fast forward a little bit. And once again, like you're in the situation right now where it's been 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes almost, and in 4 minutes they've been 8 creep waves. 8 times 4 is 32. Once again, out of 32 creeps, you've only had 10.
Guess what's happening to Dyer's
You see, so 32 creeps. Let me get the calculator up real quick. 32 creeps means times 40 gold. That's 1280, nearly 1300.
That's my boots.
Yeah, nearly 1300 gold, and all you got was 400 gold. Out of this 1200 gold, 1300 gold, you only got 400 gold. So that should give you a little bit of perspective how important it is to get those last hits. Getting a kill is good. It's really good, but you don't want to risk more than 1 creep wave to get a kill. Definitely not more than 1 creep wave. Because you're not even utilizing the jungle right now. Nobody's stacking for you. You don't even have max March of the Machine, so you can't even take stacks even if you had them. So that's really crucial. Now I'm sure somebody else, if you ask somebody, oh look, I've got 2 kills, you would think, oh, I'm doing really good right now. But I'm telling you exactly the opposite. So yeah.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's just
I've
these.
known that before too. Like even if you're out of the lane for too long, and even if you get a kill, it's not worth it if you lost like 3 quick waves.
Yeah. Yeah. Do
One
you?
kill is equal 1 quick wave. That's just the simple
Yeah.
math on it.
Pretty much. Yeah. Do you know about Chalk's Guide? Do you play mid often?
Yes, I mostly play mid and carry, but
Okay.
I
Do you
do
know
sometimes
about?
play offline.
Do you know about Chalk's Guide?
No.
Okay. Let me give you another huge, huge thing that you're gonna thank me a lot for later. Maybe in 3 months or 4 months. This is Chalk's Guide to mid lane. Even pros have learned a thing or two from this. So believe me when I say this is the most in-depth guide you're ever going to see on a mid lane on any lane, and pretty much you want to start off by what the every single point that you learn from this. You want to practice it. You want to practice exclusively that one point, and you want to practice it until it becomes second nature to you. And it took me about 3 months to to
Get through it.
get through it. Yeah, and I think I'm still slipping. So I think sometime in the next couple of weeks, I want to go back to this and see what I've missed out and start practicing that again. So every night you go to sleep, you read this before you go to sleep.
The
So
Dota Bible.
it's the most comprehensive guide. It will give you everything you need to know about the mid lane. It will make you a pro in the mid lane. You will. I think if you do just this, you forget about every other coaching thing and everything. If you just do this, I think you can quite easily increase your MMR by 1,000, if not more.
I see.
Yeah, it's that amazing.
That's dope. Well, I feel like I could increase my MMR by 1,000 just by getting my toxic shit back up.
Yeah, definitely. That's another thing. Yeah, if you were 3.6 and then you went down because of silly things, then I think you can get your MMR up pretty quickly. Bit of a risky thing that you did, and you did die. Couple of
They
things you.
fucking super rotation.
Yeah, 5-man rotation. That's kind of okay that you died. Almost makes it okay that you died. But a few things. You've had these boots in base for a very long time. I think if you'd had boots in this
I would
engagement,
survive.
I don't know if you would have survived 100%, but there's a very high, like more than 50% likelihood that you would have survived. The second
And
thing
then I
is,
walked through the river.
yeah, I don't know why you walked through the river. That's what I was about to say. Like, you always want to walk up from on your high ground. So
They're all missing. I didn't have no map awareness on that either.
yeah, so for not having boots was, you probably still would have died. I'm pretty sure, but you still need the boots though.
I wouldn't have died if I chose the right pathing.
Yeah, that's true. If you'd gone up and then this guy just died, I don't know what he was doing near the tower.
know.
He knows
Yeah,
5 people are pushing there. There was absolutely no reason for him to come over
He
there.
didn't speak English.
So why did you add him?
Well, he knew how to say some words.
Okay.
We literally, it was the cup, and there was like 2 minutes left so you could actually join the cup. And I was just getting random
Okay.
people. I was like, fuck it, 2 minutes left. Whatever, get the fuck in here.
All right. Oh, you guys made it at least one game, so it's not too bad.
We won this game. This
Yeah.
game was ridiculous. You know what they did? They pushed mid and didn't give a shit about any other lane. They took our racks, they took our 2 tier 4 towers, and kept pushing for Ancient. That's all they did all game. And what I did is I fucking split pushed them. We got both top racks and bottom racks, and then we ended up defending like by 5 HP. Our Ancient had 5 HP, and we killed them, and then we ended.
Sweet. Right. So at this point, okay. At this point, you've used up all your spells. You have nothing else to offer. You're not a carry. You're not a right picker. You need to go back to base right now. There's nothing you offer in this team fight. You need to recognize that if you're playing a support hero, a spell, any hero who uses spells, even if you're a carry of some sort and you need spells to do shit, you need to go back to base if you're in this position where you're 0 mana. You're absolutely not going to do. You are absolutely going to do nothing at all. Your right click does jack, and you pretty much don't do anything in this team fight. So right clicking this guy is useless. And oh, it's like, oh my god, if you die here, that'll be so good. But okay, you did.
I wanted to stay and kill the ward, and then it expired.
Yeah, you didn't need to do anything at all. That was the point to go back home. That is.
I could have been back by now, type shit.
Maybe, I don't know. That's not the point. The point is that this is one thing that you will never see a person who is above, I would say, 4K. Actually, 4Ks make this mistake sometimes as well. I'd say more than 4.5K will never make this mistake. This is a true sign that you are a high-level player, that you recognize what your hero does, and then you actually don't try to do anything else, because you will see a lot of support heroes like this Lich was right-clicking people down. Like, what the hell are you doing, dude? You do 2 damage maybe. Plus, you're not supposed to right-click. All you need to do is use your spells and get back.
Look, and he stays there.
Yeah, so you need to recognize that your hero, all he does is throw out spells as a tinker. You don't do anything else. If there's a situation where you're right-clicking people down, you're doing something wrong. Guaranteed. I'm not saying that if you're the only one alive on your team and there's only one person alive on the enemy team and he's at 20 HP, don't right-click him down. Obviously, that's common sense, sort of. But what I'm saying is, if there's a team fight happening and you're right-clicking people in a team fight, you're doing something wrong. You're in a very bad position. You need to get back. The only time you're going to go close enough to right-click is when you use laser, and then you're going back right away.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This team too, they're trying so hard. Every single one of their heroes got a blade mail, and when they first did that, they killed me with my march.
Yeah, that is a strat, by the way. It's a very successful strat of that.
Only the first time though, that was fucking ridiculous. I couldn't even imagine. I was like, "Are you serious? Every single one of them?" And that was every single one of them. I died.
Pretty decent strat actually. But I think if you had maxed your March of the Machines first, there's no way they would be pushing up tier 1s and tier 2s, or
that was the last thing I would have imagined, that they're gonna go straight mid, fuck every other tower. We took both their towers bottom and top, and like I never thought this would happen. But still, you're right. March of the Machine should have been my choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I got influenced by all these other games that I've been watching, pros and shit. But you bring up a solid point, and I always kind of knew that in the back of my head, that pros are pros, and I'm me, and I have to do me.
Yeah, definitely. It's always better to play safe. You don't want to play. If you want to play funky shit, if you want to make Shadowblade on a Ricky, do it in an unranked game. Don't try new builds or test new shit and do things like that in a ranked game. The only time I would suggest you do that is if you know that, okay, I've lost now, right? There's no way we come back. The only way we can win is if we do some funky stuff, right? That's the only time I would say, yeah, go for it, experiment, make rapier on Tinker or whatever, do funky stuff if you want to, but yeah, not right now in this, like, not to start off the game with. You want to play safe. You always want to build safe. You want to buy safe items.
Yeah, that's usually my go-to build when I'm like trying to be extremely safe. The fucking max march, the machines, and max laser.
Okay, yeah. They really did. You guys, I think you guys must have banned Drow, because this all they need.
I think we did.
Yeah, all you need is a Drow. All they need is a Drow, and this team alliance sort of strat. It just doesn't work in a pub. I'm surprised that you guys let them. You guys let them make. You guys let them take your Raxes in mid. I can see why.
The Pugna ward is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, the Pugna ward really needed to go down first. So
nobody focused it ever.
And I'm kind of surprised that the Mirana is so underfarmed right now.
She was roaming.
Okay. Even if it's roaming Mirana, she still gets her aghs up by 18 minutes in. So this person is not even close. He hasn't even started getting. Okay, he started getting.
Supposedly his best hero.
Okay. and he's not even close to getting it. So pretty underwhelming, to be honest. Okay,
I
so
got super late shit. Like I should
at,
have had my blink by now, type of shit.
at this point, you have maxed March of the Machines, so you really want to farm the jungle instead of farming the lane like this. When there's a teammate farming there, a very common mistake that a lot of tinkers make is that they go to the lane and farm when one of their teammates is farming there. Now you have to understand that you can go to any lane you want. So you want to choose a lane that is a free lane. Now, until you get your blink dagger, you don't want to go to a lane which is not safe to farm. So you want to go to the jungle and farm the jungle. Farming here when Spirit Breaker was here, that was crucial goal for him as well. And so you shouldn't. You can farm anywhere. You could have TP'd here and then gone. You could have TP'd. You could have TP'd over here and then gone over to these creep ways right here and farmed. Sorry, creep camps. I made a huge mess. But you could have gone to these creep camps and farmed these two really quickly, and then you walk over and then you farm these two creep camps as well, and then you go back to base. So it would have been really efficient, and everybody gets
Everybody's
gold.
happy.
Yeah, everybody gets some gold and everybody's happy. So you kind of laid down March of the Machines a bit too early. Should have waited a bit for it, but it's fine, not a big deal. Now, considering what is happening right now,
Everybody dies right there. It's ridiculous how they like stay in.
what I was about to say is, considering what is happening right now, I would have actually even before Blink Dagger, I would have actually kind of skipped Blink Dagger right now,
You
and
got
I actually would have.
aghs.
Yeah, definitely. I would have just gone for aghs because at this point you can see that they're constantly they're doing nothing else. They're just farming. They're just pushing mid, as you said. Obviously,
That's all they did all game.
yeah. So at this point you can pretty clearly see what they're doing. So you actually all you need to do. Look at your team. They have no carry. DK is not a carry, right? They have no carry, and you have a Void who is really good. You have a Mirana who is kind of a carry as well. She's really mean carry. And Spirit Breaker is a semi carry. But they don't have anything apart from this.
DK is not a carry?
DK is not a
thought
carry.
it was.
No, DK is not a carry. DK is not a traditional carry. Like up against the Void and Mirana, he's gonna die really quickly. By the time he needs a BKB to be able to survive, because once you throw down,
they all have nothing.
yeah, once you hit him with the laser, that's 4.5 seconds that he's actually not doing anything. So yeah, DK is yeah. So if you'd had a aghs, then all your focus, the only thing that you needed to focus this game was on delaying the game to say 30-35 minutes. And if you'd had aghs, that's easily, you could have easily done that.
Yeah, could have easily held off their push, saved our racks. And all that.
If you hold off to their push, like you've got Blink Dagger, that's 2,200 gold, and you've got 1,000 gold on top of that. You only need for aghs, you only needed 1,000 gold more, which you farm fairly quickly. So you would have had aghs before they get to your Raxes.
I really can't believe this is how they did all game, but it is. And it worked a lot, which is even worse.
No, it's because they're if you look at their heroes, they're all their heroes are just pushing heroes. Apart from maybe Witch Doctor. Yeah. Apart from maybe Witch Doctor, their heroes are all okay. If we add Witch Doctor, let's say they've got a 5-man pushing lineup. So that's what they're gonna do.
If that was a drow, GG, we would have lost for sure.
Yeah, guaranteed. If that was a drow, instead of a Pugna, you guys had lost, guaranteed. There's no way you win from this. Okay, that was very
Look at that.
ballsy.
You see that?
That did not need to happen. Also, you made a you made kind of a mistake here when you blinked aggressively, because all you really needed to do was just keep laying down March of the Machines and throwing out rockets. Actually, you can't even throw out rockets because it's not aghs rockets, it's just regular rockets.
Yeah.
Like, everything was fine, you were about to live. This is okay, he died. Never mind.
Yeah, it was bad. I kind of do that so much, the aggressive blinks, and then things go wrong.
This Void's ult was pretty bad. Lich didn't have aghs up. You obviously didn't have March. You weren't even alive, so you.
No, yeah, I pinged him. I was like, dude, there's no damage. What are you doing?
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
dies.
he doesn't do any damage for the next 20 minutes. So, pretty bad. Okay, and he's going for some very strange reason. See, you know why he's going for Lincoln?
Because of DK? Or...
No. Because of Shadow from Wings Gaming.
Wow,
Shadow,
are you serious?
yeah, Shadow plays a Void carry, and he always, regardless of the game, doesn't matter what the game is, right? He always
Oh
goes
my God.
Lincoln. Now, that guy goes Lincoln because it suits his playstyle, right? This is something really important to understand. And there might
He's
be
just
other
going
reasons.
because fucking Wings won TI.
Yeah, that's pretty much straightforward. That's the reason why he did it.
Wow.
I like your team logo though, Infinity. I like that. I might copy it actually.
No, don't do it.
Infinity Sky or Infinity Universe or something like that.
Uh,
Yeah, so your team
yeah,
is
and
getting
all our
decimated right now.
actual teammates, like these are random people, but my actual team, we put the infinity symbol before our names.
Oh, okay. Oh, how'd you do that?
Alt 259.
Oh,
Alt
259.
239. It's an alt code.
That's a heart.
Yep.
259 is a heart.
Try 239.
You just don't want to tell me. That's
You can just look it up.
you thinking. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to see at this point because they're just charging you constantly, and you really need your aghs.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get the aghs, and then it comes back.
I mean,
It
Blink
was actually
Dagger.
like Void started landing okay chronos. That's why we won. Like because he
Okay.
actually started landing chronos, and I actually started laying down lasers that hit the whole entire enemy team.
No, I mean, like, Blink Dagger isn't doing much for you at this point. Actually, it's not doing anything at all for you.
Yeah, I always get it because it's more like a safe thing. Because I don't know, I really didn't expect them to keep doing this all game. I thought they would at least go top and then go bottom. I feel like if they did go top and bottom, they would have got that extra gold from the towers and probably would have won. But they just
Maybe.
stayed mid.
I don't think so, actually. Simply because of their lineup. If they had delayed the game so much that they went top and bottom and all that, then it's probably it's quite highly likely that you guys would have been farming as well, split farming and whatnot, and you would have had your items, crucial items up. Void would have had his carry items up, and then they really couldn't have won. So comes back to the same point that all you needed to do against this lineup is make sure that you delay the game by to delay the game to 30-35 minutes, and that's how you win. That's how you win this.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
And also what's happened now, because they were just pushing mid constantly, nobody on your team has farm either, apart from the gold that you all have got from all the kills on each team, and some amount of the gold from from the mid lane. You guys haven't actually got any of the gold. Nobody's been farming. Nobody's been split pushing and farming.
Yeah, only Void. Well, not even that much.
Only Void, and he's just started doing that right now as well. So
Yeah.
nobody's really been doing that. So now it's
He actually he should have been back by now type shit. Like we're like, no, come back, Void, come back. And he's like, no, I'm gonna stay here. Fuck you guys.
That might have been a okay decision, but yeah, not at this point. Definitely, it's not like he's farming some crucial.
Like if we all died right there, it's game over.
Probably, yeah. Probably.
And he didn't give a shit.
I mean, if he had been doing what he's doing now, for the past,
Earlier,
yeah,
yeah,
earlier, then that was fine. Then
he'd
we,
have more farm.
huh?
He'd have way more farm, and we
He would
probably
have, yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. He would have had his Manta up by now, guaranteed. 23 minutes, and yeah, 100%. He
He
would have
gets
had
up
Manta.
lads.
Okay. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
And he killed the courier for that Vlad. In the middle of the team fight. No, he hides right in the fucking. You see where that ward is in mid?
Yeah,
He hides on the left of the tier 1 tower in the
like
woods while the
here.
whole enemy team is there. Calls the courier, shows his position, gets the courier killed. That's fucking stupid. 4 Vlads.
Yeah, I think Manta was the item choice there.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, yo, man to the fusel, bro.
Yeah, Manta diffusers. That's actually this game, Vanguard Radiance would have been better actually. I mean, anything would have been better than what he got. So, but Radiance because it's a slow push
So
and
much
they are
push.
obviously right clicking, relying on the right click. So
I think this was the time when like we almost died, like we almost lost right now. The push is so fucking
like
strong.
DK is
Wait,
tanky as hell. So what are you gonna do? You can't. He's like happily standing underneath March of the Machine. He doesn't give a shit.
he walks right through both of them. It's so bad.
Very
And I'm here
nice.
like, and I'm
Oh,
here like,
very nice.
let me kill this fucking ward.
Yeah, good decision because you probably would have died if you hadn't.
No, it wasn't now. See, now they all buy blade mail. They're like, yo, this tanker, he's a problem. And then they all buy blade mail, and then I die.
Well,
That's
you
what's
did manage to take the bot racks, which is really good. You kind of evened the game out. We're gonna kind of let not talk about the tier fours that you guys have lost, but
I
apart from
know,
that,
man.
against the pushing lineup, you guys have kind of evened out the game. So all you really need to do is make sure that your mid lane is pushed in. It's never
Then my friends die, man.
past your river. So if you manage to do that, then you don't
Look,
lose the game.
this is when he gets the Kirko.
Dyer's courier has made its
Yeah.
final delivery.
The fucking lads.
Sad. But what are you gonna do?
Well, unfriend him.
Yeah.
Radiance toughened up their structures.
Report his Steam profile.
In a regular game, if the enemy team does have 5,
Oh, see? That's when it happened. I was like,
yeah.
fuck. I really didn't expect it, man. I was like, fuck.
If the enemy team does have starts making blade mail, then you want to get a Yules.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
really good. I was thinking about getting a BKB because it's magical damage being reflected back.
Yeah, but how often are you gonna be able to use BKB?
Exactly.
Because they can use blade mail every 20 seconds. I think
Look,
it's every
this is when
20
we almost
seconds.
lose it.
It is every 18 seconds, not 20 seconds, right?
Yeah, it's even better.
So
They're just slowly chipping at our ancients because you
Yeah.
know, this game was excruciating. Because we could have done so many things better to stop that. Like not
Yeah.
just me, too. Like
They're gonna need a miracle.
like
so
this
many
is
things.
this is just the page out of alliances. You know, uh, how do you say draft? That's all they did. So it's pretty. I can understand why it's so hard because if this was much higher MMR bracket, then they would have recognized what's going to happen, and they would have, and then the team would have actually prepared for it. Probably
Could use a hand.
split pushed a bit more, a lot more, not a bit more, a lot more. Split pushed a lot more. Gotten the items up, gotten the trades in. If you trade evenly with this kind of a team, then you're actually winning. So yeah, let's keep skipping forward. You do have aghs, so now it's almost impossible for them to just straight up 5-man
I
push.
actually died back like at one point after this too, which was ridiculous.
Really, you should be spamming your, you know.
Yeah, I
laser
thought they were
cut
gonna push.
shots.
He chronoed that far.
That was not a good call.
It's eaten up.
This is only almost lose it, I think. I have to buy back here. Is it?
Oh dear.
And I'm like, fuck, hope they don't have blade mail because I just shot a rocket.
Yeah. And they are going for a mass. They're going for 5-man necro. That's also a strat. It's called a necro push. You basically get necro on all 5 heroes.
Yeah, they're going for the super push strat.
Looks like only one person has necros at the moment, but it's also necro. Necro push is I haven't seen many. I've actually seen only one necro push in Dota 2. And Dota 1 it was a big thing. Like you know.
No, yeah, I've talked about it with my friends. I was like, yo, guys, let's fucking do some 20-minute games. Everybody gets a necro and shit.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. You get a Lycan or a Lycan and Beastmaster.
Or a troll.
And Troll
Oh
would
my
work
God.
as well, I guess. But it's just like.
Well, but it doesn't
enhancers.
give it to the creeps, so then no.
I don't think Troll gives it to the
Abaddon,
creeps, no.
Abaddon.
What Abaddon? Oh, for the I guess
E, for
Frost
the E.
Frostborn or whatever the sword's
it is.
name is.
Fucking beast.
Yeah, it's this ward is really
That
screwing
ward.
you over.
Yeah. But at least I got to get my shit off. I think this is when.
So I haven't actually seen you use Dagon a lot. It's kind of being underutilized right now. And now you're using it, so never mind. Alright, they die again. It's pretty good for you.
They keep doing that, but they chip, you know, they keep chipping.
Yeah, that's all they.
Actually get it.
Yeah, that's all they really need to do is just chip. Oh,
Then I die.
yeah,
Really bad.
pretty bad. Didn't need to die there. Okay.
And then this is when I die back, I think.
Well, you didn't buy back, did you?
I think I just did. Oh, did you skip?
Oh yeah, skip.
Oh, then maybe not. Oof, the dodge.
Yeah, I mean, like that's what I mean. Like you shouldn't be right clicking people.
Right, I was like, he's fucking 100 HP. I 3 right clicks.
Yeah, no, I mean, like not in the middle of a team fight. You're really low on health. You're almost empty on mana. You have no skills to contribute, spells to contribute. So, yeah, that's not the time to be. All right. Skip a few more. Yeah, now you are onto their pushing onto their base. You're basically making space for the rest of your team to farm, get their items up.
I think I died for this melee Rex.
If you get the melee racks, then it was worth it.
No, wait, didn't even die. But this is when we almost lose our shit.
Yeah, because you weren't there preemptively laying down March of the Machines. And obviously you guys don't have a ward here to see them coming in, but they could have actually smoked, I think.
No, they just came in. They're fucking ballsy like that.
Oh.
Yeah, this is when we almost lose. I think I die back. No, wait.
I really think that instead of a Dagon, you should have
got Shiva's.
Aether Lens. Actually, even Shiva's isn't bad. Better than Dagon. But Aether Lens, but what you are able to do with Aether Lens is you can just stay in base and just spam out rockets.
Right,
And
yeah.
then they
Is it that much? Is it that much range?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Wow.
Yeah, you really need to kill these necro units.
I think Void died for a Necro unit.
Oh my god.
He was like 100 HP. They all died, and there was just a Necro unit, and he killed himself on it.
Oh my god, it's less than 50 HP.
Yeah, that's what it was, and they were like, "Fuck it, let's push now."
Oh my god.
Yeah. Honestly, with a random ass team, I didn't really expect much. But
Yeah, you still made a comeback from 50 HP on your ancients. I think that's pretty huge.
yeah,
They killed somebody there, or was just a animation?
I think I die here really bad. Well, before that, I don't know.
All right, so this was not a regular game, again.
No, yeah.
So obviously this is not something that's gonna happen, but I do hope that you learned a lot, or something at least.
I learned a lot from you telling me the fucking.
Is that all that you're gonna say? You're not gonna say you learned anything from this game?
No, I actually did learn from this game. You brought me back to my old ways of maxi
Yeah.
March.
Yeah, definitely, that's the way to go. And creep stacking and all that stuff.
Crib stacking, yes, that was huge for me. You know, I really never knew the exact formula for it. I always thought about, here, let me go stack, and I would always be a little too late. But I never connected it with, let me push the creep wave, and then so that I could actually have the space to go back and stack and get the rune.
Actually, if you go to Chalk's guide, that's pretty much where I learned it from as well. I also knew there was, like, I was pretty much in the same position as what you just described right now, that I knew that you had to I knew you had to stack, but I didn't really know that you had to push out the wave and stack and all this funky stuff. So yeah,
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna stop recording now, unless you have any questions.